Shut up and sit down.
Hello gang, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and welcome to the build-up, yes, of the 1/16th scale Revell Samba Bus, folks. Look at that. It's a bit of a beastie, isn't it? So what are we going to be doing to this? Well, whilst I'll go through the instructions, I'll talk you through the build. Usual simple Revell instructions there. Nice in colour. There's all your sprues and bits and bobs there. All the bits and pieces that you're going to need to do this model. Now I'm going to be doing mine in the Team Suzuki MotoGP colours. There'll be a little photograph popping up shortly, so keep an eye out for that. And whilst we're going through these instructions, I will also be lowering the vehicle, so I'm going to chop a bit of a section out of the chassis rails underneath so that I can lower the suspension. Bulk of the build is going to be pretty straightforward as per the instructions, so we'll speed through that. My main focus is going to be on the painting and obviously the wheels there. Now I 3D printed my own design wheels, so I'm happy with them, and then I can drop this right down. Now I'm not going to slam it to the ground, I'm just going to do it enough so that it's subtle, folks. Right, well there's the engine assembly gone together, nice and quickly, as per the instructions. Straightforward. Distributor cap's going to go in, like so. All of this just glues together nice and easy, folks, so just follow your instructions. I'm using Tamiya extra thin glue. Just giving it a dab, letting the glue do its thing. And I shall speed build these little sub-assemblies and just start putting things together rather rapidly, folks. Again, like I said, it's a simple, straightforward build, so I don't need to do too much cutting off sprue stuff for you. I just want to get this built so that you can follow what I'm up to with the build, peeps. What I will be doing as well is when I come to spraying, I should just have some music going in the background. A lot of people like to see the spraying side of it as well, so rather than rattle your ear holes with the airbrush going, I'll just put a bit of music on. I'm just lightly sanding any nubs off the chassis there. Get that done, and then the engine just drops straight in that little cutout from underneath, like that. Boom. We can then put in the back bulkhead, the battery, things like that. I've got some closed pegs there on the axle just to hold them in place because they're a little bit warped, the halves of that, and they don't quite go together as they should. So the closed pegs have had to come out on this one. And that's me just dry fitting the wheels because I've always started chopping the struts, see, and I just want the wheels lightly touching the arches. I could go further if I was to section out the arches. We'll see what it looks like when I dry fit it. So there's all the rear suspension in. You can see the notches just where I was touching there with my scalpel that I've sectioned out. And I should be doing the same on the front as well. Just lets everything sit nice and low. I just think it gives it a little bit more of a stance. It's not low, it's low enough for me. And the idea behind this is the Team Suzuki left MotoGP recently, and I did the bike for E-Models, a little bit of vacuuming, did the build for E-Models, and I've bought one for myself, so I kind of want them on the same shelf. I know the scales are different, but one will be near, one will be far away. So that's the hope, but it's just the colour scheme I liked. you saw there, it's all painted now, the seats are in. So let's just have a quick flick through the instructions and we'll start laying out some decals for you. Now, I've gone ahead and I've printed my own decal sheet for this. And I've done the Team Suzuki livery, as you can see by my left hand. And I've laid a piece of masking tape along the bottom of the bus so that I can line my letters up. I'm just using a bit of UMP strong decal solution now. And then we'll start laying the first of the letters on. It's just a matter of positioning it, getting rid of all the wrinkles in each decal. I'm going to spend too much time on each of them because I want to get all the letters on so that I can still move them about on the model, folks, just in case my alignment is slightly off. But I have gone along and held the other one up just to try and get the first and the last letters placements in place. But we're going to speed along on this. Just start running the brush over there. Just get a few little bubbles and wrinkles out. And then we'll go ahead and we'll spell out the name. So literally just moving it about, getting rid of any little wrinkles, bits and pieces. At this stage, just makes it easier for me. And I've gone for a very, very faded silver on these decals because I wanted to try to make it look slightly sunbaked where it's been around the world. So, yeah, that's all I did in Photoshop is I just dulled the opacity down a little bit. And as you can see, I'm just using the other decal as a template just to check my alignment, folks. Just a little tip for you there. It helps you out immensely. It's awkward when you get to the other side because you haven't got a template, but hey, you know. So we'll just put the next letters on and we'll get this all sorted for you. Just like that. So you're going to be a slight bit off at first when you put these on, but don't worry too much because at this stage you can just slather the decal solution on there and you can free them back up and carry on moving them around, folks. So don't be too frightened if you do get one slightly skew whiffed. You can go back, re-wet it and then start floating it around on the model again. Only problem with this is obviously where you've got door shuts, you will need to just press the doors together, put a little bit of tape on it like I have there, so that you can put the letter U on, like so, if you're doing this. And then you can always run a blade down there once it's dried, just to free that up so you can reopen the door. And there is also a little rebate in there where the door handle is, so at some point I will have to put some extra strong on there just to get that in place. So I'll pop that door handle off, bink, like that, because I'd glued it in. I want the decal to go right up and sit in that recess. Then I can refit the door handle later on, peeps. So that's the plan. Could go wrong. We'll see at the end. So we'll just start lining this letter U up. It is a bit of a faff, this one. I just want to get it roughly in place. And again, if I need to jiggle, I can have a jiggle. But I thought I would talk you through this little first bit before we get some more music on, because, yeah, why not? As you can see, it's just beginning to start spelling out. Already I'm seeing a couple there that just need a little tweak just to sort the alignment out. But we'll get all of the letters on first before we can go around and dress them all up. Just to make sure that the K and the I sit in the right place. So let's see whether I can just lightly run a knife along there. Just to free them two halves up and take the tension out of that whilst the door keeps moving. Right. Now we can put the letter K on. Now that that door's stopped moving. There you go. And then we can start fanning this across. Just getting it in place. Just get any major creases out of the way with the edge of your fingernail. And then just move it around till I get the right gap between the letters, just to try to get them to match up. Then we should have just enough room to shoehorn that letter I in. That's what we want. So I'll get that in place first. And then if I need to move the K over, I can. This is the stage I've been dreading, just to make sure it all fits in. Yeah, could end in tears, Cole. Dun, 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 dun. Because I could use the edge of the door shut to line the eye up against, and then I can bring over the letter K just to where I want it. That's the aim anyway. Lots of fettling on this letter I, so whilst I do that, just put a bit more music on whilst we do the rest of the decals, and then we can just let the video run, and then you can see what I'm up to. Enjoy the music. as you can see, I'm just giving that roof a buff up. Now, just to me right there at the back, I have the UMP polishing system, which is a polish, a wax, a compound, and a liquid buffer. So I've got various cloths that I'm putting it on with. And I just want to start now going round, polishing the model just to get the shine going. So I've just tested little areas first before I then start doing the main model, folks. So I just want to gently try to lift this up because it's quite fragile. As you can see, she sits nice and low. It does look rather sexy in front of me, I must admit. I've got one door there that really doesn't want to stay shut. So once I've photographed it, I shall glue the door shut. Purely and simply for the display purposes. I know what will happen. Every time I move it, the doors will fly open and I don't want to damage it. It's got a lot of windows on it, so you can see through them as to what's going on. So I'm just going around any panel lines with a toothpick, just pulling out any dried compound. And as you can see with the wheels, it's just lowered enough that they sit up underneath the arches. I won't sing it. And then I can now just start going round and buffing up the panels where I've been handling the model. And I'll just bring up a shine. It's had a 2K clear put down on top of it all as well, just to start giving it a nice bit of protection, folks, which is what we want. All the windows are in. So literally, the last job on this is to glue all the doors on. And then I should go around and just lightly pinstripe the centre line. But we've got the interior in, and in the back there I've 3D printed a couple of cool boxes and a snap-on toolbox. Just for the mechanics, if they're out and about and they do break down, they can get in, do any work on the van or the bus, and then get to the MotoGP. So yeah, this is the mechanics team bus, folks. Now this Samba bus was gifted to me. We used to run a birthday pool in the hangout, and yeah, this was one of my birthday presents I got, and it's been a few years since I received it, and I just wanted to get this one built. And yeah, I'm liking the paint scheme. I think it's come up well. It's going to sit well on the shelf with all my motorcycles, and I'll have the Suzuki MotoGP bike there as well. So it'll just sit at the back with the bikes in the front, just so that it tricks the eye with the scale difference. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So hopefully you've enjoyed this build so far, folks. We'll be doing a little reveal shortly, a couple of little pictures of it on a background. But in the meantime, if you'd like to help support the channel, do so by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button on this or any of my other videos and consider becoming a channel member. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Coming up are a couple of reveal photos. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
your chance to be rude.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down,